Folks, before you even start today's video, pause it and go over to shopwcbs.com and get yourself a world-class Bullshitters t-shirt. We just launched, we have some awesome designs, and we're going to be adding more monthly. We're going to treat the store as a reflection of the channel. We have a great joke on a show, we're going to put it on a shirt. We're also going to make it very interactive. If you buy our beer glass and drink with us, you'll get a shout out. It'll be like drinking with us virtually. So folks, go over to shopwcbs.com, support independent entertainment because the real world entertainment sucks. And now it's time for the video.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
The Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial has finally put the silly theory that men and women are equal to bed. Yeah, I said it. Go. Call FEMA, PETA, the NAACP, AAA, Triple H, I don't care, just call somebody and tell them I said it. Common sense has skillfully evaded a lot of people. Most of the population to be exact, but I think a lot of us knew this already. We just didn't say it. One of the biggest stories on the planet is the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. It's so sensational we forgot about Will Smith's cuckery.
Oh, wow!
If you've been following us on Twitter, thanks Elon, we've been having so much fun with the topic, but I wanted to use this platform to take a moment to take a serious look at what this trial is bringing to light. First off, we have confirmation about the media's bias towards women. That's how this nightmare called Johnny Depp's life was able to escalate to this level. Social media has created an echo chamber. An echo chamber is an environment in which a person encounters only beliefs or opinions that coincide with their own, so that their existing views are reinforced and alternative ideas are not considered. That's dangerous. It becomes terrifying groupthink, where if you don't line up ideologically, you're done for. This is the world today. As access to education becomes more readily available, people rely more on bullshit than facts, and it ain't world class. Hindsight is 2020, though it could have been Dateline or 60 Minutes. Do you remember the Me Too movement? Well, it got a little out of control to the point of absurdity where Matt Damon was called toxic because he tried to have a deeper discussion on the topic, saying, there's a difference between, patting someone on the butt and rape or molestation, right? Both of those behaviors need to be confronted and eradicated without question, but they shouldn't be conflated, right?
Matt Damon.
It should go without saying, but this is the internet, so I'll reiterate for the really, really, really gentle viewer in the back. Sexual assault is wrong. It's obvious. I assumed we all operated from that base set of morals where we knew the difference between right and wrong. Simply put, I was raised better than that. People's parents should have done better. Raising a kid is hard, and when you fail, you fuck up the future. A lot of these shitheads running around need a metaphorical spanking because they act like petulant children. Calling Matt Damon toxic is fair because fuck downsizing, but the internet culture is pretty nasty. It's created a version of relative anonymity, which emboldens bad behavior, and that translates to the real world. Because of the anonymity of the internet, all sorts of ideas get discussed. That's awesome. Access to information will make everyone's lives better, but these hashtags and movements don't spread information, they spread ideals. On the surface, they all seem perfect, but if you dig a little deeper, some of these online movements are a shield from criticism of bad behavior. People adopt a hashtag to get their voices heard, but a lot of people adopt it to shield themselves. There are a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, which is how I describe Amber Heard. She's benefiting from this system because if honesty was paramount, Johnny Depp wouldn't have been fired. Our media bandits created this environment. It used to be innocent until proven guilty, but that's just not the case anymore. Now every man is guilty in the court of public opinion with no chance to prove his innocence. Why fire an innocent man? If we're supposed to judge Johnny Depp on the content of his character, then why fire a guy known for this?
Hello. Do you know which way is the hospital?
The lack of accountability in online journalism is what led to Amber Heard's op-ed piece in the Washington Post, meaning that we've normalized crazy, or what's happening here. Some places are so focused on being progressive that they're not even focused on being accurate. Opinion pieces are just that, opinion pieces. But how could the Jeff Bezos-owned Washington Post have not seen this coming? I'm sure they were so drunk on the Me Too call that they didn't even think for 1 second that what if it's her? What if Amber Heard is the guilty party? What if she's the crazy one? Well, they should have, because this new age brainwashing made them all take the side of the bedshitter. The infamous Washington Post posted an article which states, Johnny Depp's agent testified that his ex-wife's 2018 op-ed piece in the Washington Post describing herself as a victim of domestic abuse was catastrophic to his career and coincided with the loss of $23 million for a Pirates of the Caribbean deal. Amber Heard's lawyers pushed back aggressively against the agent's assertion on cross-examination, suggesting that the article was inconsequential amid a stream of bad publicity for Depp brought on by his own bad behavior. Inconsequential? Have that lawyer pay me $23 million and see if it's inconsequential. Depp was done before the trial even started. Allegations alone are enough to sink people. How much did Johnny Depp lose here? $23 million for Pirates? What about the next Harry Potter spinoff that Mads Mikkelsen is starring in instead of him? All of these things happened once the allegations came out. How does the old saying go? A lie can make its way around the world before the truth can even get out of bed? That's what happened here. When allegations against Amber Heard came out, what happened? Nothing. Warner Brothers stood by her. An Aquaman sequel without Amber Heard was never an option. Today, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom producer Peter Safran was asked whether the social media campaign by Johnny Depp fans for Amber Heard's removal from the DC sequel ever had any influence on the production of their casting decision. I don't think we're ever going to react to, honestly, pure fan pressure. You gotta do what's best for the movie. We felt that if it's James Wan and Jason Momoa, it should be Amber Heard. That's really what it was. On June 28th, the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom filmmaker James Wan announced on Instagram that the production was underway of the sequel for the record $1.1 billion grossing DC film. This reignited the hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp crew on Twitter again. The call for Amber Heard's dismissal on Aquaman 2 by Depp fans began after the formerly married duo lobbed explosive accusations of domestic violence at one another in the Pirates of the Caribbean star's UK libel trial against the Sun. The court dismissed Depp's claim, ruling in favor of the Sun's allegations against the actor. Following the Sun verdict, Warner Brothers axed Depp from the third Fantastic Beasts movie, with Mads Mikkelsen taking over the role of the Dark Wizard Gellert Grindelwald. In a November interview with Entertainment Weekly, Heard addressed the protest against her by Depp fans, saying, "Paid rumors and paid campaigns on social media don't dictate casting decisions because they have no basis in reality. Only the fans actually made Aquaman and Aquaman 2 happen. I'm excited to get started next year." And here we are. Can I get a wellness check on Jason Momoa? Warner Brothers clearly stands by Amber Heard. Now, this information came out last July, but we've been hearing about this campaign since November of 2020. It's May of 2022, and the situation continues to change. Recently, Newsweek put out an article which gave an update on the state of the petition, stating that a petition calling for actress Amber Heard to be removed from the upcoming Aquaman sequel has received 1 million new signatures in the past 4 days. The petition on Change.org titled "Remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2" has received at least 3.1 million signatures as of publication time. On Friday morning, the petition had over 2 million signatures and shortly increased to 2.1 million later that day. Amber Heard has been exposed as a domestic abuser by Johnny Depp. In his $50 million lawsuit, Johnny Depp describes many incidents of domestic abuse that he suffered at the hands of his then-wife Amber Heard, the petition's creator Gene Larson wrote in the description. "This is mighty and noble, and I too want Amber Heard removed from Aquaman 2 because I don't want her to shit in the ocean. I mean, I'm all about clean water conservation. But sadly, none of this shit actually works because fan petitions don't do any... Oh shit, there's more. Let's look into this. Amber Heard's Aquaman 2 role sinks to 10 minutes. Firing petition reaches 3 million. A petition to see Amber Heard ousted from Aquaman 2 sequel is going swimmingly. The 36-year-old actress, who is currently embattled in a hefty trial with Johnny Depp, has very little screen time in the next year's follow-up to the 2018 film, according to film journalist Grace Randolph, who has a rep for breaking this type of comic book film scoop. Heard, who plays Mira in the Aquaman sequel alongside Jason Momoa as Aquaman, will see less than 10 minutes of screen time in the sequel. The news comes as a petition continues to circulate online that calls for Heard to be axed from the film altogether. Depp, 58, was dumped by Disney from his role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean movie after Heard alleged she suffered abuse during their nearly 2-year marriage in a 2018 op-ed, citing damage from his professional reputation as a result of the essay. Depp has sued Heard for defamation, asking for more than $50 million in return. Well, Amber, you've been telling your story since your op-ed piece. You spoke up, you put your foot in your mouth, and you shit the bed. And now you gotta lie in it. I don't think we would have got to this trial if not for the bias created by social media. It normalized bad behavior and then was picked up and amplified by bad people who use their identity as a shield from consequence. It leans one way, and when there's no balance, chaos. The Depp Heard trial reminds me a lot of the Jussie Smollett situation. Jussie Smollett was an actor who was assaulted by 2 MAGA hat-wearing attackers while attempting to get a Subway sandwich at 2 a.m. in Chicago during a polar vortex. People believed that dude. It caused serious racial tension. People fought, lives were ruined, shit got ugly over a lie, and delusional people believed him and wrote articles like this. The reason I believe Jussie Smollett is simple. I believe victims. The statistics reflect that mentality as more often than not the right one, and if a person claims to be a victim of a hate crime with police evidence of an attack, I'm going to believe them. We live in a time where the racism many white people and younger black people may have once felt was buried is all too above ground. It also seems absurd to me, and honestly still does, that in the age of CCTV, that you would stage something like this incident. With Smullet's history of activism, with his visibility, with the climate that we live in, how could we ever believe this could fly? Why would someone who heads a huge show with a huge platform with a sister who is about to star in a bunch of major projects do this? It is a question only Smullet can answer, and it's the reason why, even though with all the evidence, I still feel the need to put "if" in front of what Smullet is alleged to have done. I've seen articles from white journalists attempting to explain why, and then all of them ring false. What it comes down to, it seems, is that he did it for money, and that to me is the most sickening aspect of it. Now this article is long and full of shit, but you can check it out yourself, it's over at the Mary Sue. But I want to jump ahead to the end. From the evidence that has been laid out before me today surrounding the Jussie Smollett case, it seems that he lied. I don't want that to be true. I'm hoping that something in the 11th hour will arrive to prove me wrong, not because I prefer white people being racist, but because I don't want to believe in someone from the black LGBT community with all the issues we face would do something like this to hurt us, especially for money. Well, maybe you shouldn't believe everything everyone says. Because you believed blindly what Jussie Smollett said because it could have happened, well, you've been proven to be an asshole, and he was found guilty in a court of law. And now here we are with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Everyone chose to believe everyone that came out because, well, men are evil and women are innocent and virtuous. They would never do this shit or whatever their fucking reasoning is. The point is, this mentality that people have adopted online of believing everything everybody says has caused real-world problems. Look at Jussie Smollett, look at Johnny Depp, look at Amber Heard. Or don't look at Amber Heard. I was once told if you stare into her eyes, you'll turn into a petrified turd. She's like Medusa's evil sister, except crappier. What I'm seeing here is believing a crime happened because it could happen. What a load of shit. Who are you, the computer from Minority Report? Ooh, that title takes on a whole new meaning when you talk about this subject. You may not have known because of my voice, but I'm closer in appearance to Jussie Smollett than most people watching. I put this deep into the video to 1, see who watches the whole thing, and 2, to prove my theory that when people online are met with a different opinion, they will call you an angry white man or something equally inconsequential because they're too stupid to come up with something better. I'm not looking for validation here, just try harder to tell me you disagree. There's nothing wrong with being any skin color. I hate that people are treated differently because of the color of their skin. The fact that I have to say this in 2022, when I thought it was something we all were doing already, disappoints me. Thankfully, the justice system doesn't operate like the Mary Sue or social media because feelings and emotions control these people, not logic, reason, or the law. I know it's a joke, but look back at Chappelle's show. There was a skit about a black guy in a court coming up with 1,000,001 ways R. Kelly could have been innocent, but once questioned about Robert Blake's innocence, Chappelle answers with, "Beretta did that shit." It was a punchline in 2004, but a reality today. By the way, Robert Blake was found innocent, just like O.J. Simpson, but later found liable in a civil court. Sensationalized bullshit is nothing new. The O.J. trial was one of the biggest events in my childhood. I knew who Judge Lance Ito was before I knew who Luke Skywalker was. I also learned what a blowjob was from TV. Thanks, Bill Clinton. These types of trials aren't new. Sensationalized bullshit isn't new. The press always wants to cash in on celebrity drama, but the Depp Heard trial is next level. I take no joy in what happened to Johnny Depp because this shit has no political affiliation. It affects men, it affects women, left and right. Black, white, and every color in between, gay, straight, and any association. Social media has created a monster, and another monster is benefiting from it. So folks, what do you think about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation? It's ugly, it's been ugly, we've talked about it on the podcast a little bit here and there, but I haven't made a video about it proper because I wanted to talk about the situation, the double standard, and take a step back and examine other cases of widely publicized trials where we sensationalize them and people wouldn't believe something because of biases or reasons. I mean, hell, let's look back at Chappelle's show real quick. Great show, great joke about why R. Kelly couldn't have done it. I get that it's all a joke, but some people really do think like that, and that's the joke. That's the problem. Some people are so dismissive because they'll want to believe all of something because all of another group is bad or evil. It's not the case. There's nuance in everything, and it's important to remember that. If we don't, then shit gets out of hand, and people's lives are ruined, people die, people are affected. Look, social media has really made people weak. People get offended. I mean, how many people take a social media cleanse or whatever during an election cycle? It's just a thing now people do. They can't handle a differing opinion. They don't like something in their face. It used to be that everybody had to deal with stuff. Now, Social media and actual marketing has created a personalized experience online and created a more selfish individual to the point where people don't want to see that they're being manipulated. That's what a lot of this is. But I'll leave that for another day, folks. It's all about... I'll just leave that for another day, folks. So tell me what you think about this. Also, if you don't like any of this kind of crap, this shitty journalism, this bad whatever you want to call it, wokeness as they will, well, let's bust wokeness, shall we? With Wokebusters, the comic for the enlightened reader. So, folks, Wokebusters is a parody of political correctness, social media, the internet culture, everything, all wrapped up in the form of wokeness and in a Ghostbusters package. So, if you enjoy Ghostbusters, and you know you do, it's one of the best movies of all time, Wokebusters reads like an 80s comedy. It's about 4 guys, the Wokebusters, who get hired to go to Portland, Oregon, and save the city from some wokeness. That's the most simple, basic version I can give you. In reality, it's a lot more. It's a lot more fun. The story ends with a giant fight. Remember the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Well, we have the Stay Woke Sugarly Puff Man, who battles the Wokebusters in a very King Kong-style battle atop the skyline of Portland. So, if you like high-action adventure comedy, you'll love this story. This is for you. It doesn't matter what you believe in, left or right. Wokebusters is going to make fun of something that might be near and dear to you, or you might be like me and just enjoy laughing at everything. I see myself kind of like the Joker. I just want to watch the world burn. Metaphorically, I just want to laugh at everything. So, folks, I'll be back next time with more. But in the meantime, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.